try not to do it. I couldn't resist it. Man. It was $50 off. $50 is $50, man. I had to do it. This is Carl Brooks, Detroit Love, with another video.
Alright guys, it's your boy Detroit Love. I stopped by, well actually I went online and grabbed this new arcade box here, my second one. I tried to not go out on Black Friday. I tried to resist the draw, but I got my vertical box for my next modification. So I'm going to hold off until I get my cover plate, which I called about today. Alright, so got it all packed up back there, tucked away snug like a rug, a bug in a rug. And I literally tried to resist making this purchase. I went out briefly with my daughters on Thanksgiving after we had dinner, and I went by Walmart just to take a peek because they wanted to go to Target. And so we went to Target, and I know Arcade 1UP was having some contests, take some pictures and videos of the mayhem for Black Friday, and you could win a arcade. So I would have went and made a video and got some people all riled up to make some fools of themselves. Well, you know, all in the name of production. But they wanted to go out, so you know, had to do what the ladies wanted to do. And so, but I did talk them into going over to the Walmart after they were done doing what they wanted to do. And they still had, you know, plenty of, looked like it was primarily Pac-Man and Galaga, which were the two boxes that they promoted as being $250 or $249, whatever the case, even though the other boxes were too. And people were, you know, snatching them up. I'm not sure how many they had. This particular Walmart, where I had been previously, and they had a demo. They just had the display unit of Galaga, but it was not playable at all. But they did have a dedicated area. And so I took a look at the situation and said, I don't really need to do this right now. And so I left. That was Thursday. Friday comes along. I purposely said I'm not going outside the house at all for Black Friday. Stay in, get some rest, recover from my turkey coma. And later in the day, I decided, let me just look online to see if they were online, because previously when I looked, the price was still $2.99 online prior to 6 o'clock Turkey Day. And I wasn't sure, and they kept just saying Walmart exclusive or in-store, so I wasn't sure if the price was only going to be for in-store and not online, because sometimes they do that. And so I checked on Friday, and they were $249 online, so I'm like, let's do it. So it's done. I ordered it Friday, but I couldn't make it over there until today, Monday. So now here's my dilemma. So naturally I'm going to modify it and make it a multiplayer unit, multi-game unit. But I'm wondering if I should try something different, because I like to tinker. I like to try things new. So I'm thinking about the JAMA 60-in-1 vertical package. be roughly about the same price when you get everything together. Though I already have most of the things for the Raspberry Pi. I already have the extra Raspberry Pi, so I wouldn't have to pay for that. And I already have the display board or the controller card, so that'll work no matter which solution I go with. So provided when I crack this box open that it has the same monitor that I have now, because there have been some issues where people had different ones. So that's my dilemma. Do I go with the Raspberry Pi and do a vertical integration, or do I go with the JAMA to try something new, to learn something new, to tinker with something different? And so that's one thing I'm considering. Then the other thing is, how many buttons do I put on this cabinet? So the Galaga has one button, the fire button, right, and the joystick. So I'm naturally going to get a 4-way joystick. I'm not going to get an 8. We get a 4-way joystick with the bat top, or I might keep it ball. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get the bat top and see what I like. And so how many buttons do I need when I buy my joystick? Do I need 2 buttons? 3 buttons? Do I get 6 buttons and drill all kinds of holes in my Galaga console? Because I at least believe the minimum I should get is 2 buttons. So obviously there's games that, like Vanguard. Vanguard is a vertical game. I like that game. I've been trying to play it on mine. It's smaller because I don't have vertical, and the buttons are all over the place. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Vanguard. You're this ship. You're flying through this crazy maze, and you have to shoot in 4 directions: above you, below you, in front of you, and back of you. And these things are always popping up all around you, so you have to be able to shoot at them. Yeah, I can play that on my horizontal build. The buttons, I have to figure out. I was trying to play, couldn't figure out what buttons went where. It was just crazy. Unless I mark it some kind of way, it's almost impossible to play. But I'm thinking about how many games really have vertical games that have more than 2 buttons, other than like a Vanguard. Sinistar, something like that, shooting all over the place. That may have. I'm trying to think about like 1941. That's one of those games that I'll play every now and then because it's always been there, available. And I believe that has a fire button, which you're constantly firing. And I think it might have a smart bomb type of special button. So that's 2. But if you guys know of any must-have vertical game that requires 3 buttons, let me know. And with the JAMA, I believe the JAMA package that I was looking at had a system that had 3 buttons. So whether I needed to put 3 buttons on or I just installed 2, it comes with it. Now, I hadn't looked at the other solutions for the Raspberry Pi that's a single joystick solution, and whether it comes with 6 buttons or 3 buttons or 2 buttons or 1 button. So I'll have to figure it out. And do I go with one of these crazy builds that are 800 games, 800 vertical games? Like, yeah, how many of those games I'm really going to play, right? So is it better to have and not need versus needing and not having, right? That's the dilemma that you are faced with. The JAMA box has 60 games, and technically it's probably 50, maybe 55 games, because a lot of those games are duplicates, like hacks, like Fast Pac-Man and Fast Shooting Galaga, so I have to go through that list, and are those the games that I really all I need to have? Do I need to have 800 games? And I have a video I'm going to post probably today that sort of gives you a solution for that, overwhelming list of available games for your friends and family that come over and want to play. Because, you know, it's neat to have 2,200 games on your system, but if people are spending more time trying to figure out what they want to play than actually playing, especially if you have a lineup with 2 kids or 2 cousins or somebody, multiple people wanting to play, and one person's taking forever deciding on what game they want to play versus playing a game and being out and let the next person get their turn. So the emulation station has has 3 modes: the full mode, which is what you're normally in; the kiosk mode, which just locks down the limits the availability of anything you can do in an emulation station to just volume control and shut down or reboot. Locks everything else out, like configuring your joysticks and all those type of things. But it still gives you access to everything that's in your game library, including the RetroPie section that you can go and change all kinds of things, right? And then the third one is the kid mode. The kid mode is neat because you can specify which games that are available to the kid. And even though it's called kid, I highly recommend that be your normal mode. The kid mode be your normal mode, because in kid mode you only have access to the games that you specify. And so in my case, I have on my Street Fighter cap, I have all the Street Fighter games available to be played in kid mode and nothing else. So if someone comes over like, oh wow, man, you got a new arcade, oh that's pretty sweet, let me play it. And so when they go to play, their only options are to play Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, yada yada yada, the Marvel, the Avengers, X-Men, all that stuff, right? All Street Fighter only. And I might expand that to some other games, but for now that makes sense. So now when they come over, they have a choice of maybe 14 to 16 games, and that narrows that list down. That narrows the overwhelming responsibility of finding which game I want to spend my next 2 minutes on. So I'm saying all that to say, I think with these arcade cabinets with all these games on it, can be overwhelming, can waste a lot of time for people, and so I already know that with this current box. With the next box, do I even cross that road? Do I create the same mess to have to clean up, or do I just get that 60-in-1, try something new, learn something new? What do you guys think? Anybody have any experience with the JAMA 60-in-1? Is it going to perform the way we've become accustomed to playing with our Raspberry Pi? Let me know in the comments, guys. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to get my cover for this, my acrylic cover for this one, and get this thing modified. But I'm assuming it's going to be about 6 weeks. I still haven't got mine for the other one, so I have no high hopes that this one's going to come in faster. So that's where I stand. Got a new box, the Galaga, and I'll probably won't assemble it for quite a while, since I won't get a chance to deal with it. I'll have plenty of time to ponder on what do I do, whether I stay with Raspberry Pi or go JAMA. How many games do I really want to put on there? All right, guys, till next time, I'll see you on the web.
There she is, Galaga, at home. Oh boy, can't wait. Stay tuned for it. This is Carl Brooks, Detroit Love, saying thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you on the way. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button and make sure you make some comments down there. I want to know I'm doing the right thing for you guys out here. Thanks.